If he's the guy I think he is.
Good evening on this wonderful evening. Nothing. Checking in. 1, 2. Bob's your uncle. Testing. 1, 2. Testing. Testing. 1, 2. Can you hear me? Testing. 1, 2. Testing.
That our United States military provides us. At this time, please stand and gentlemen remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. And now, we'd like to welcome the visiting Lady Red Dragons from Niles McKinley High School. The women Red Dragons captains. Number 3, Amelina Aurelio. At captain, number 6, Brianna Bash. At captain, number 17, Chai Zak. And the rest of the Lady Red Dragon lineup. The starters, number 25, Olivia Shaw. Number 11, Ceci Shesko. Number 5, Katie Heinzelman. Number 22, Emmy Gardner. Number 12, Lucia DeLuca. Number 2, Angel Guerrero. Number 15, Natalia Tate. Number 4, Callie Rogers. And starting at goalkeeper, number 10, Gianna Wagner. The Lady Red Dragons are coached by Scott McMillan at head coach and assistant coach Sean Garham. Now for your home team, Lady Cardinals from Cardinal Mooney High School. The captains, number 12, Maggie McGlone. Number 7, Sarah Schaller. Number 11, Kendall Scriber. And now the rest of your starting lineup for the Cardinal Mooney Lady Cardinals. Number 16, Allie Bloom. Number 3, Francesca Cassis. Number 13, Sophia Diorio. Number 24, Abigail Markey. Number 4, Katie Pregabon. Number 2, Ella Zalay. Number 18, Nicolette Securis. And at goalkeeper, starting number 1, Sophia Nebo. Now introducing for the very first time, the Lady Cardinals head coach, Agnes Soreko. Coach Soreko is assisted by Coach Britta McCreary.
All right, hello and welcome to Steel Valley Soccer's Game of the Week. The Cardinals from Mooney versus the Red Dragons from Niles. I'm Tim Walsh, along with me is Dan Conley, cameraman Chris, and our producer, Jerry.
How you doing, Jerry?
Jerry's always talkative. So before we get to the game, let's take a look at both teams. Niles, on paper, seems to be the better, more experienced team. What do you think?
I completely agree. They had a pretty decent season last year. Mooney coming off a 2-win season. They're looking to, trying to right the ship. But looking at now starting lineup, they have 4 underclassmen starting. They have three sophomores and 1 freshman. So looks like they're trying to reload as well in there.
Well, with 2 storied coaches, Coach Scott McMillan out of Niles, who's Ohio State Hall of Famer, local Hall of Famer's been doing this since before we were born, I'm pretty sure. Maybe when the sport got created back in the 1500s.
Yeah. The ball may have been square back then as well.
Yeah, I'm probably going to run out of old jokes before the night's over, so sorry, Scott. On the other side, Agnes Verco has been around. She was at the Boardman. She was also at Harding for an extended period of time. So both these teams should be well coached, and we're looking to have a good game.
One thing I'm looking forward to in this game is seeing which team tries to establish their dominance first. If one team kind of comes out and tries to play safe, try not to make mistakes, I'm hoping to see Mooney trying to right the ship. If they come out aggressive and try to show that this is a different team this year than they were last year.
I agree, and couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. We were here last Friday, just as nice. There's a little threat of rain to the, south? But hopefully we're going to stay dry here, because if not, you will hear the game and not see the game if it starts raining. Referee in the center right now, Saki Atsitz. He's one of the best. For each year we've been doing this, he's been one of the finalists for Referee of the Year.
off the bat right there, Mooney looks like they push five people forward, put instant pressure on Niles, and Niles gives the ball away.
Yeah, not the start you wanted for Niles. There's Das Boot, clearing foot from Niles, but they get it up to number 6. And we got our first goal. 30, less than a minute in. A little indecision from the keeper coming out, and they definitely put it home. That's the way we just said. That's not how you wanted to start the game, but
no,
it only took them a matter of a minute to change that aspect.
That's unfortunate defending. I know Mooney's starting a freshman keeper right now. Communication could have probably helped solve that issue right there, where the keeper came out to try to clear the ball. She's in a tough situation there, just tried getting it away. And there's Niles being aggressive, run the ball down, right place, right time, blocking the ball, putting it in the back of the net.
And like you said, Dan, they got 5 up, which means that a quick counter definitely caught them off guard.
Yep. I'd like to see now how Mooney settles down. Can they settle down, get their bearings, wipe the slate clean, and keep going forward?
Throw in Niles. A little confusion as to who it went off of. Refs are right on top of it. Big throw. A little bit too much there.
I believe the goal scorer for Niles McKinley was Olivia Shaw.
Olivia Shaw opens up her account, as they say.
Yeah.
As we expected, some battling going on in the middle. Taking chances when they can.
Looks like Niles has come out with a lone striker with a center forward right behind him. Kind of setting back with numbers back, and Mooney's kind of doing the exact opposite, so this could be a counterattack game here for Niles, trying to shoot through Mooney's defense.
Yeah, Mooney's trying to hold that line. Let's see if Niles can get it up over. Ooh. But a nice offside step by Mooney catches him. AR on the side. Marty Milich, who's also been doing this for quite some time, makes the call. Uh-oh.
That was a good hustle right there by Mooney, running that ball down. They don't put pressure on that. They don't get the Niles doesn't end up with the goal kick there. One thing I do notice from Niles' defense, looks like they're playing, I don't know if it's a sweeper or not, but they're playing somebody back pretty deep. I don't know if they know somebody from Mooney has speed or whatnot, or that's the game plan, but they definitely are hanging deep back there.
McGlone up top is usually number 12, which you're looking to hit your target player there and get her up in the space. So maybe they're just a little bit afraid of that and want to be on the safe side, but you're right, they are sending someone definitely back. That's a tough position to be in, especially if you have someone with some speed. Niles has it. Is she going to get a shot off? And that's the second goal.
Second goal of the night right there. That one comes in for Brianna Bash. She's a senior captain. She was leading goal scorer for Niles last year. She had 19 goals on the year and 7 assists last year for Niles, so starting off the campaign strong for herself as well. Absolutely. I did not get to see if there was an assist on it. That was just a ran through the defense on a mistake there.
Well, that was a nice shot. 2 shots, 2 goals. That's what you want out of your forwards.
Yep.
Looking to play a drop, get it across. Nice turn. Shot on goal. Not on goal, but it is a shot.
Ooh,
dangerous coming together, 2 players.
Both spot right back up. Looks like a tough challenge right there.
Coach McMillan rallying the troops.
Tell you what, if you're Niles at this point in time, playing one lone striker, getting 2 goals off of 2 shots just by pressuring Mooney's defense, you could not ask for easier offense and a better start to your season.
Dan, one thing I'm noticing, a lot of different colored shoes. Usually you see the multicolored shoe. That's the crazier the colors, the better the player. Have you found that to be true in your experience?
I'll be honest, whenever I was eyeing up the other team, I always looked at shoes as well. I know what I always did, I always try people. I'd always wear colorful shoes, red shoes mainly, but that was to get people looking away at my face, more at my feet. So,
like you say, we're both made for radio.
No, I think shoes are definitely a statement of individuality out there. The days of black shoes, everyone wearing the same ones are gone.
So definitely a multicolored group here when it comes down to the shoe game. Mooney making a run, trying to get some numbers up to their target player. Manages to get through. It's the best opportunity they've had so far. Only 6 minutes in. On a preferred right foot, but blocked. As we say, and we talk about soccer a lot, and we got some lulls in the game here, what is the most dangerous score in soccer?
2-0.
That's what we have right now.
Yeah.
I think Coach McMillan knows that he's losing his mind a little bit, screaming, but for good reason.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to make that early lead not to go to their head, not to lay off the gas here. They don't seem to be doing that, though.
Mooney with the throw. Oh, nice. Not sure if I wasn't just expecting that, or that's a really nice throw. A little bit of a battle. Yeah, he's going to call that one. Got a little handsy. Might have been incidental, but yeah, he's got to call that as a referee.
That was well done right there by Mooney's defense, putting themselves between the ball and the attacker. And that's the only thing they could do, knock him over. Drawing the foul for their team.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you said before, they got numbers up at the very beginning. It looked like they had some good pressure. Now it looks like that amount of players is staying in the back. I think that's a coaching aspect, or just naturally they're gravitating towards where the ball is.
I think more so they have not had much possession. I think the more possession they have, the more numbers are going to leak forward. But they're kind of skipping lines with passing. They're not trying to find feet. They're skipping the midfield, trying to hit their forwards. I think that's why they're not getting numbers up real fast.
Not a bad idea on a ball. We had a pretty good view on that, and if that would have got through, that would have been it. And getting a little shovey, getting a little handsy. Great turn by Mooney, unfortunately, to the other team.
Number 4 up there for Niles, that's Callie Rogers. She's actually a freshman out there running down. She's making some pretty good plays as a first ever bit of high school soccer here.
Mm-hmm. Throw in Niles. Let's see how much off the ball movement we can see. Mooney clears it out, finds number 4. Niles gives it back. Now she has some time if she can compose herself and find a pass. She goes back to the goalie, back to her. Niles taking advantage of just having a few numbers up top.
It's amazing what a little bit of pressure does for you. If you make someone make a decision before they're ready to, chances are they're going to give it back to you.
Well, we have a law in the game also. We want to thank our sponsors here at Steel Valley Soccer. Armstrong Cable, Packard Thomas, Bodine Perry, and Allstate Insurance. Thank you for letting us do what we do by doing what you do.
Yeah. The more you guys support us, the more we can support the game we love.
We're going to throw in Niles. It seems like most of the game has been played in midfield with some real deep runs going towards Mooney's defensive third. We saw some of that speed out of McGlone. Maybe that's why they're playing a person far back for Niles.
Yeah, she runs pretty ruthlessly. She wants the ball when she's running after it too.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Mooney, if can hold the ball just a little bit to get some of their people in good positions, they might have the opportunity.
It's the second time Mooney's found success playing it down the left-hand side. I don't know if Niles is getting another stop in the play there. If they're getting miscommunication or if they're just getting confused back there, but they're leaving that left side wide open.
More than likely some blood on the player that they got to take off before they're allowed back into the game. Substitution in, number 19.
That would be Georgia Koulios. She's a junior.
I will defer to you for all the tough last names.
I apologize right now for butchering your last name. Combined, my first and last name have 10 letters, so it's pretty easy forward.
Play resumes. 10 minutes in, 2-0. That's right where you want to be if you're Niles. If McGlone can hold on to that just a little bit longer, allow her players to get up into advanced positions without losing possession, I think that's your golden formula for Mooney.
That is. It's a tough job, though. She's up there by herself against 3 or 4 defenders. That's a tough assignment. That's why she's running ruthlessly after the ball.
Not a bad layoff, just a little bit too far out in front of her. Throw in Niles. Playing it back to their keeper, and I believe freshman keeper, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Again, now it's putting on the pressure on Mooney's back line. Flirting with danger back there when you're moving it. Right?
Here we go, numbers up, 5-on-5. Let's see if Mooney can do something with it.
On that left-hand side against Mooney's right side defense.
Woo. Barely cleared out. That was a dangerous ball. Mooney's probably their best opportunity so far in the first 10 minutes.
Checking into the game right now is number 2 for Mooney. That is Ella Sisley. And checking back into for Niles is Emmy Gardner.
Now, as a player, as a coach, this is exactly the weather you want to have. Just cool enough to where you're not It's not hot, the sun's not beating down on you, but not too cold.
It's just something when the lights come on, feels like fall, feels like soccer. Makes you want to get out there and play.
Absolutely. Mooney has numbers back, but that didn't help them last time. Great defense.
A lot of times when you're defending one-on-one right there, you're not looking to take the ball away from the offense. You're looking to slow them down and make a mistake. Allow your team to come back and help you on. That was great defending right there by number 13 for Mooney.
Absolutely. I hear coaches a lot of times say, your job isn't to steal the ball, your job is to delay the attack. Throw in Mooney, subbing in, number 15.
Be Ashley Levac. She's a freshman.
Nice.
Number 4 for Mooney is also a freshman out there. She's been controlling quite a bit of the ball.
I was just going to say that. She's been doing a great job of trying to get the ball up. It seems like they're targeting her feet to advance the ball in any way, shape, they can.
Her name is Katie Pregabon.
I'll go on a limb and say that her brother plays for the boys team. I believe he was our player of the match last year.
It does look like Niles is out there playing with the sweeper.
Mm-hmm. She's standing at least 10 yards back from everybody.
Yeah. This is a situation right here. Niles wants them to be at back, facing the goal, back to them. Good job right there by Mooney's back line, playing that ball out.
Yeah.
Like they learn from their early mistakes.
Trusting their freshman goalie to say, hey, you got to control this. You got to have the foot skills right now.
Looks like Mooney's come out in a 4-5-1 with dual attacking mids and a striker.
That's one way to get numbers up. Controlled, nice. If she plays it early, ooh. Now this is where I think Mooney loses the ball. When she doesn't have a lot of people to turn to play it out. And Niles is able to play it out of the back quickly. Throw in Mooney.
5, number 9.
Switch fields here. Get it to number 24 on the outside. Controls it. If she can get it off her foot. Nice. That final pass up to the top level there. That's the only thing Mooney seems to be missing right now to get an attack in and get a couple shots on goal.
Just looking at that right there, I think that Mooney's trying to set traps. Looks like they're marking 3 people from Mooney and leaving 1 person open, trying to bait them into passing that ball. It looks like they're going to converge on that pass if they make it right there. They were just spot off, a hair off that last time right there. Something to look for as the game goes on.
Moves in, hits the target player, lays it off.
It's a phenomenal turn.
Yeah. Again, as a freshman, sometimes you make those mistakes, you play the wrong ball, but overall, number 4's been doing an amazing job. Also, number 13. Way to get her body out in front of that, get the foul called. This is the first set piece we've seen out of Mooney. Let's see what they have scheduled here.
Looks like she took that before they got completely set, ready for it.
I know, no one was really looking from the backside. Throw in Niles, substitution.
Checking in for Niles is number 5, Katie Heiselman, and number 9, Taylor Brenneman. One fun fact about this game, I look back all the way to 2007. This is the first time these 2 teams have met in the regular season, unless I missed something out there. These are 2 storied, Niles girls and Mooney's girls, both are storied programs. It's pretty surprising they have not met in the regular season
That
before
is shocking
today.
when you told me that. And there you go. I like seeing that out of defenders where they don't just boot it up and hope that the ball gets to where it needs to go. They control it, look up, and try to make a nice pass to feet. And as I say that,
Commentator's curse.
yeah. With the deflection, Niles gets the throw. We're about halfway through the first half. Niles 2, Mooney 0. The first 2 shots of the game hit the back of the net for Niles. Great way to start the season. Tough position to be in for Niles, throwing it in out of their own corner. Take that as a shot, just not on goal. I don't know if I want to count that as a shot. That was more of a,
I think she was trying to cross that in. Miss it there.
So still without a shot then. Mooney has not attempted one in the last 20 minutes.
It's good work right there by number 13 for Mooney. That's Sophia Diorio.
All right, they heard me. First shot.
Ooh. Goalie fumbled a little bit, but I think she took her eye off it, trying to get rid of it quickly. Hey, what's something I am liking that I see? Both teams are going into 50-50 challenges 100%. Both teams are hungry. They both want to go out there and put a good example out there. I'm glad to see that.
Well, this is going to look good. That's a great run. That's a great ball. Can she get it across? Did not get her hips around on it. Out for a goal kick.
Something to point out, all of Mooney's attacks, anytime they've been at goal, it's been on the left and right hand side. They've been attacking that space in between their outside back and their center backs. That's a dangerous area to be, and they're finding gaps in that right there. Checking back in for Mooney's number 4, Callie Rogers. She's a freshman. And number 2, Angel Guerrero.
I'd like to give credit to the ball girls here and boys. This is not an easy field to go track them down.
No. It's the biggest field in the area. It's the nicest field. And there's not a whole lot to help you if the ball goes flying back far away. Sometimes you got to go trekking to McDonald's to get the ball back off.
Foul on Mooney, free kick Niles. Seems like the parents didn't like that one. Pretty nice boot there.
Mooney's playing a high line right there off that.
If I had to pick what went wrong during those 2 goals, them being so far up really gave a lot of space to get in behind them.
Right. And their defense was also flat, which left those one-on-ones. There's no pressure cover bounce. It was just one-on-one. So if that mistake happens, you're straight in on goal.
Yeah. Das Boot. Nice throw from Mooney coming up the sideline if she can get some space here. She's got someone in the middle. New to this year, you can really control it with your shoulders. Our first corner kick of the day.
Just realized there's no corner kick flags out there.
You are right. That's the first home game. You got to work out the kinks, I guess.
Yeah, makes it much easier to take a corner kick.
See how they're setting up. Looks like they got what they wanted. Just hard to control it. Well, if we know it, it looks like Niles knows it, that number 12, McGlone, is the target player up top, and anything that's going to try to go towards the goal is going to go through her. And they seem to be converging pretty heavily at her.
It's a good turn on the ball right there by Sophia Diorio.
Yeah. She's been put in a lot of bad situations over here. Been able to get out of a lot of them. Ooh. I thought for sure he was carding someone there. The slide tackle from behind is never something you want to see in a game.
This is a dangerous spot for a free kick. If you don't beat that front line, that's a counterattack ball coming the other way at you. We'll see what they do.
Smart play, playing it back, but it looks like Mooney's got a lot of people back. They got Niles 1 forward to 4 of their defenders.
That was Kendall Schreiber there for Mooney taking that free kick. I failed to mention that.
That's all right. I'm sure she'll forgive you. Goalkeeper / midfielder, always playing the ball at her feet. They must trust her a lot. Jerry's nodding her head yes. Get in behind.
Getting that gap between the outside back and the center back.
Now I know, as a player, I am not passing that. I'm inside the 18 with a little bit of space and a little bit of angle. I am shooting that every time.
Yep.
A little bit of selfish play there could have made a goal happen.
Got a break in action due to a hurt player for Niles. That's number 9, Taylor Runneman. Niles also made a mass sub. Number 25, first goal scorer of the game, Olivia Shaw. Number 7, Emma Merlo, she's a freshman. Number 22, Emmy Gardner. And I believe number 6, our second goal scorer, Brianna Bash, checked into the game as well.
Merlot's one of those names you hear for a lot in the Youngstown area in the soccer scene.
I missed who came in for Mooney, though. We'll say Niles has been making quite a bit of subs. Beginning of the year, maybe the team doesn't have their wind all the way. If you got the depth, that's something that plays a big advantage to you. Being able to save your players so they don't use all their energy in the first half. Mooney doesn't seem to be making as many subs. I don't know if it's lack of depth or not needing it yet.
Yeah, one thing I did notice when we pulled up today, no JV game.
Right. On the girls' side, the JV squads have been falling off. I know Niles does have a JV team, but Mooney does not have the numbers for it yet.
Okay, we're back in play. Clock has started. 15 minutes left. Ooh. Business decision made.
Yes.
Did not want the contact down low. Yeah, now seems to be targeting number 6, Brianna Bash. She seems to be the target to get to the attack. A little miscommunication there. Someone was checking 2, wanted it to feet, and went over top.
I believe it was number 6 for Mooney is the one who checked in, and number 6 is Talisha Huff, showing some speed up there.
Here's number 6. There's Bash. If she could beat one person, she's got it. Great track back by, was that Diorio?
That was number 13, Sophia Diorio.
Woo. Saved the goal there. Just a bad touch, out of bounds. Niles throw. Now it looks like McGlone has dropped back in the center a little bit to help get the ball into the attack. Maybe with that mass sub and the addition of some new players up top, she's able to come back.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to figure out a way to get your best player the ball at her feet. That's dropping them back, so be it.
Besides the first 2 shots, this has been kind of an even game since.
Yeah, most of this game's been played in Niles' half, even though Mooney's not. Well, there it is. That goal for Mooney right there. Number 11, Kendall Schreiber. She's a junior.
Now we always are taught that goals come in pairs, so Mooney's is trying to get in the last 13 minutes of this half, try to get another one in.
Lady Cards goal by number 11, Kendall Schreiber.
Did not get an assist on that one, but I know that ball was played to her by somebody.
We'll hash all that out in our goal section, right? As the ball girl scowls at her as she boots it out of bounds.
It has looked the past 10 minutes or so now, their energy level has really dropped. Looks like they're just hanging on, playing defense, booting the ball up, and hoping their strikers up top can do some work.
Number 6 got to come to that ball. Can't let it come to you. Great pass. Looking for McGlone, who again has dropped back. That might be the difference in their attack. Strikes it, a little curve on it. Another shot in for Mooney. As of right now, Mooney has more shots on goal than Niles does.
Yeah.
So the tide definitely has turned.
Looks like there's two completely different styles of play. Niles is fine sitting back, giving you the ball, and waiting for you to make a mistake and trying to capitalize on that. Mooney's trying to work the ball up, trying to find holes in the defense and trying to get a goal that way.
Yeah. Both are effective. Both have resulted in goals. So.
And yes, exactly that. Both of Niles' goals have came from that exact thing right there. And same with Mooney, like you said.
Keeper coming out. Can she give it Das Boot? She does. And finds her own player, which is tough to do. Nice job.
Finds number 4 out there for Mooney. That's Katie Pregabon.
Yeah, they got a nice core set here for Mooney that has been controlling and able to find each other throughout.
Something I will say, this Mooney team is much improved from last year.
Absolutely.
I'm sure the new coach coming in helped a lot. Seems like the players are really playing hard out there, though.
And another thing is they probably got a lot of experience last year playing. Because if a game's out of hand or if you were shorthanded with numbers, a lot of underclassmen probably got some valuable playing time. Now, as I said before, if it does start raining here, yes, you will hear us, but no, you will not see us. We might have to go under something that keeps us dry.
Mooney playing on high line, Niles puts that ball in there. There's only one, they had one forward cross midfield right there.
Ooh, nice turn. Got fouled from behind. Now this is a great free kick opportunity.
Be interesting to see what it takes. This looks like it's going to be Kendall Schreiber who scored that first goal.
Yeah, from just about the same distance.
Yeah.
Now,
I just realized she's right-footed. She scored that first goal left-footed.
That's correct. Now here's an interesting tactic. They've got 3 people guarding in the wall, Mooney does, and only one person backside. So she's shooting this. That's 100%.
She's shooting. They're probably going to try to make a window for that ball to go through.
Puts it on him. Good positioning by the keeper for Niles. But again, another shot on goal. We've hit the 9-minute mark, left to go in the first. Mooney looking to tie it up, down 2-1.
Yeah, Mooney's going to push very hard to make sure this game, they're not down going into halftime.
Yeah, that would be a win for them after how they started.
Checking in for Niles is number 5. That's Katie Heiselman. Looks like checking out is number 24, Alyssa Madigan.
Nope, can't sub on a kick.
Mooney just kind of inching their way down there off of throw-ins and free kicks. Checking in is for Mooney's number 15. That is Ashley Levick. She's a freshman. Checking out is number 6, Felicia Huff.
As you've been announcing the subs, I've been noticing there's a lot of underclassmen on both teams.
Yeah.
This is 2 very young teams playing pretty well. Now let's see, this looks a little bit different than the first one. She's setting up. They got a lot of people on the backside of the goal. Hopefully get ahead on it.
I'm surprised on that free kick there. Niles had 1 player up, and Mooney kept 4 behind the ball, plus the person taking a kick. I'm very surprised he didn't push more numbers forward on that.
I've noticed that as well, and that might have been that first couple shots at the beginning of the game where that's what they had, and she beat them for 2 goals, her and number 6, Brianna Bash, and I believe number 25.
Alicia Shaw.
Yeah.
Olivia Shaw.
And I hope I don't curse him, but one thing I will say, so far through this first half, all the ARs and the center ref have both been on it. Shot up and over. She had the positioning.
Brianna Bash again putting high pressure on Mooney's back line, running through it. It's obvious she's quicker than their back line, and their back line's playing very flat. They're asking for trouble. I don't think she's going to miss very many of those opportunities. I believe that is Niles' 3rd shot on the goal.
That would be Niles' 4th.
4th? All right.
They had the 2 goals and they missed 1, and that's a 4th. So 50%. Still a great stat for them. Still putting them in the lead. I don't think Coach McMillan won anything more than the score here before half and put it up again. 2 goals, excuse me.
Mooney throw coming on the back. I like to see how much pressure Niles puts on him right here. See if they lock him in. Looks like Niles does better without the ball.
Yeah. Capitalizing on mistakes, maybe.
Yes.
Like a boxer counterpunching. And definitely Mooney has moved McGlone up from striker and target player back to center midfield. Hopefully get a little more control. Maybe it's worked. Maybe that's what their key to success is in the latter part of this first half. I remember when I had a car that sounded like that. I should say cars, plural.
Didn't it get taped or something like that one time?
Oh, God. Things were falling off that I had taped on. It was a bad look. While we're off subject, this guy's looking a little bit like Ghostbusters. Making me a little nervous right now.
We'll think dry and hope dry. Checking in right there for Niles was number 12, Lucia DeLuca.
Also, why there's a lone play, I want to give credit to our cameraman, Chris Platten. He's our silent partner, making sure that every bit of the game is in frame, that the scoreboard's right, and that the time's right. It's often a tough job. Thank you, Chris, for what you do.
Yeah. I'm hoping I can be as good at my job as he is it is. So, one thing is surprising. Looking up top, Mooney's only got that one player, but Niles has 3 back, but they're not man marking her. They're just letting her go right in between them.
Yeah. They kind of have her surrounded, though.
Yeah. I always like to try to take away that pass to her feet.
Put someone in front.
Yeah.
Now, Dan, how would you score this if this was a boxing match and you had to say, hey, who won this or not? I know the scoreboard says 2-1, but it kind of feels like Mooney's been the aggressor, and if it was a boxing match, they would get the decision.
Right. If Niles' game plan is to sit back and counterattack off of Mooney's mistakes, they're still going into this game happy. But Mooney's came back, and I feel very good. Sometimes when you're winning a game, it almost feels like you're losing because you know you should be playing better. I'm not going to go that far for Niles, but I think they were expecting to have score more in their favor than it is right now at this point in the game.
And both number 13 Diorio and number 4, help me out here on their name, I'm blanking.
That is Katie Pregabon.
Katie Pregabon, doing a great job in a small space. You can tell they're accustomed to that, how they train.
Until Niles was able to put some more players going forward, checking back in the game right now is number 24 for Niles, Alyssa Madigan. But until they can start getting more numbers forward, they're just going to be relying on Mooney making a mistake. Because they're not really looking to hold on to position. They're still trying to get the ball up when they get the ball at their foot. There's a big hole right in the middle of the 18 right there that I'd like to see Niles put somebody at on this run.
And with under 2 minutes, it's kind of go time for either team if they're going to make a move on the scoreboard. Ooh.
That was a fantastic ball right there from Brianna.
I think right now my vote for player of the game, if it ended right now, would be her. But hey, that's why we play a second half.
Constant pressure right now from Niles on Mooney's back line.
Another shot. Goalie up to the task.
It's crazy to think that Niles had sustained pressure in Mooney's half without having the ball that entire time. Just pressuring Mooney, making them make mistakes.
There we go. Mooney has some space, looking to find feet. There's their target player. If she can get to this is dangerous. Smart play with 10 seconds left. Doesn't look like they're going to get it in. So as we go to halftime here at YSU Stadium, Niles 2, Mooney 1. Definitely a lot of game to be played. Coaches will definitely make their changes at halftime, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more aggressiveness out of both teams going into the second half. All right, we're back from halftime. Coaches definitely got into their players. A lot of animation going on in their hands, and it looks like Mooney has changed their keeper.
Yeah, they have. Wonder why that is. Bet in goal right now for Mooney looks like 0-0. We don't have a 0-0 here. So I apologize for not knowing your name.
That's all right. Hopefully she'll make a name for herself tonight.
It feels like the patented wind that always seems to be here has found its way to see us.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, going into the second half, what is something you think that Niles should change, if anything, going to continue getting this one here?
It looked like at the very start of the first half they were trying to control it, play the ball out wide, and attack on the wides. Then they got into the kind of a kickball game because it was working very early. I think they just need to get back to basics for themselves. Control the ball, play it across, switch fields, switch the point of attack, and it seems like that's what they're doing right now.
Right.
But for Mooney just, they look like they already made the adjustments, keep doing what they're doing, just do it a little bit better in the second half.
Yeah, when they're going right down the middle of the field, Brianna Bash gets the ball forward here.
Heck of a goal, not even a minute in. Seems to be remnant of the first half.
Yep. I missed two past that ball over, but yet again, Mooney was back there in a straight line on defense. And Brianna's faster than anybody they had back there, so she ran right past and put the ball in the back of the net. That was a nice shot right over the keeper's hands. It's crazy to think they scored just about a minute into the second half and still not as quickly as they scored in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
It does look like Niles has come out with more tenacity, more energy. I was going to say about Mooney, I'd like to see them try to work that gap between the outside back and center back. When they're going down the middle of the field, they don't seem to have very much success trying to find feet there. They have much better success finding that gap.
Looks like a free kick for Mooney trying to get that goal back. 3-1. Ball's still moving a little bit, but he's letting it go. No, he's not.
It's good either, Coach.
Hey, my old age, I'm happy to see that far.
Niles coaches are getting into when the ball's being dead here.
Mm-hmm. But this does look like a much better setup for Mooney, having people spread out instead of being that close on a front wall.
Right.
Can she get it up over? Can we get a flick on? No. Good defense by Niles.
I think it's safe to say now that Niles got that quick goal, they're not going to be putting any numbers forward. They're going to sit back and wait for the mistake now. They're not going to change anything that they're doing.
Yeah, and that seems to have worked for them. But then that's kind of how Mooney got back, because they played timid, they played back.
Yeah. Even when they're playing on Niles' half of the field, even they're not getting much offense on it, they're still the balls in their side.
Another thing I've noticed is Niles is playing a little more physical, a lot more fouls being called against Niles, and for good reason, than on Mooney.
Yeah.
That's a good ball. If they get a flick on it, it's up and over. And it's in.
It's in right there.
I couldn't tell if that was McGlone or maybe a number.
The assist goes to McGlone. I cannot see the number there.
That's a great way to answer.
Yes, that is. Now they're all together, so there'll be no telling who scored that.
Hopefully the announcer helps us out on this one.
Yeah. That was a bouncing ball, dangerous area right there. Good things happen when you put the ball in a dangerous area. Miscommunication from Niles on defense. Allowed Mooney to put that ball in the back of the net. Checking into the game right now for Niles is number 6, Talisha Huff.
By number 2, Ella Zlay.
There you go, Ella Zlay getting the goal right there for Mooney. That was Maggie McGlow with the assist there.
Das Boot.
These comeback goals Mooney are getting here, these are goals I don't think they find last year. I think the trials and tribulations that they went through last year allowed them to get that grit, to not give up and keep fighting forward for this year.
Very well put. Absolutely, I think so. Another shot, just over the bar. Not too sure how close that was.
That shot came in right there from number 4 for Mooney, Katie Pregabon.
They have a pretty good core there.
We'll see if Mooney's lack of depth, lack of subs is going to catch up with them as the game progresses. One thing we did notice at the end of the first half is now is their one captain, Avelina Aurelio, sorry for your name, is out injured. Looks like she has a boot on her foot. I'm sure Niles out there missing her today.
Going up looking for their target player, excuse me. Oh, that's a great ball up to number 3. Can she get there?
Number 3 making the run of plays, Francesa Cassis.
Looking at it from a stat perspective, these teams are shooting very well. When they shoot towards net, it goes in.
That's because most of the looks they've had have been pretty good looks on goal.
And as we say, our first come on ref from the stands of the year. But I agree, I think so far this game has been well reffed. I don't have a single complaint, not a single bad call. Oh, Turf Monster got her. Oh, that's not a good look. That's a non-contact foul. Let's hope she's okay.
Ooh.
On the other end, just missed by Bash.
Yeah, just wide there. That down on the ground right now is number 11 for Mooney. That is the first goal scorer of the night, Kendall Schreiber. Looks like she twisted her knee a little bit. Hopefully she's all right. Like you said, that was a non-contact injury right there. As soon as she went down, she went holding her right knee.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see from either team.
No. She's been a pretty important part of this cog in Mooney's offense going forward.
That's a good sign she's walking on it, though.
Checking in for Mooney is number 18. And that would be Nicolette. I know I'm going to get this last name wrong. Tzikaris?
Ooh. Source?
Source. And I know that's wrong. So I'm going to call you Nicolette. Kendall's over there walking on her own right now, so hopefully that's a good sign for her.
Mm-hmm. Trainer's on top of it.
While the injury happened, I will say Mooney dodged the bullet right there. Another odd man rush. Brianna outrunning the defense. Getting a decent look on goal. Her last touch kind of led her astray, putting the ball a little wider than she wanted to. Cut down her angle, but she nearly slotted that backside. Something I did not realize in the back of Mooney's, their defense, center back number 24. Her name is Abigail Markey. She's also a freshman, so Mooney's pretty young on the back line back there.
See, I like to see startups like this. Instead of just booting it into 50-50, anyone's ball, keep possession and play it out like you do.
Right.
I know my favorite team in the EPL, Arsenal, does that often. Number 12, McGlone, another great pass into the middle. Number 6, oh. Just running into it, tries to go near post. And I think if she could try that one again, if she could have that back, she'd definitely go back post and then be celebrating afterwards.
Her eyes got probably real big on that play right there. Good combination play all the way up the field from Mooney. Started off on the back. That goal kick, keeping possession, hit number 24, the freshman on that. Markey. Again, that shot, that offense right there came from the outside, between the outside center back and the outside back, that space in between her. Mooney's finding great success with that gap right there.
Yeah, some of the better teams that you're going to see this year are going to try to separate those two to create that gap, not just let it happen naturally.
Right.
Pull players out of position, a little chess match they can have inside the game.
If I was Mooney going forward, I would put somebody directly on Brianna's back, not even a step away, and just mark her the entire time. She's the one that's going to beat you. I'd make it even more difficult for her. She's a good player. She's been doing pretty well at it so far.
Glad to see number 11 coming back in for Mooney.
With Kendall Schreiber checking back in. Not much of a limp. You know, she's one like, this is a highly contested game. You know, she wants to get out there and help her play with her teammates.
That's one of those things you've been practicing, you've been conditioning, you've been preparing all year, and first game of the season. I will say it's a lot of speed up top. Is she going to get to it? She does, and saves herself a goal kick. Nicely done by goalie 00. Throw in Niles. About 10 minutes into the second half. 3-2. Niles ahead of Mooney in the Steel Valley Soccer Game of the Week. Yeah. Throw-ins from the youth all the way up to high school still have issues with it. Not what you want to see as a coach.
Sorry, I did miss number 7 for Niles checking in. That's Emma Merlot.
Oh, nicely done. Just onside. Great touch straight to goal. Oh.
Number 13, that's Sophia Diorio, making a fantastic defensive play back there.
That's the second time now she has made it back in front of goal and stopped probably a for sure goal.
And she is playing right back. She's not even playing center back. She's checking all the way back and getting, catching that. Not much ground up right there.
Yeah, out of the pressure cover balance, her balance had to come over and pressure. Staying with the ball. Some optimistic plays going on in today's game where normally you'd see a clean pass controlled and out, but it gets fumbled a little bit and the person just stays with the play and ends up working out for them.
I'm interested to see, being that Niles only keeping one up, if the game keeps going with the score the way it is, if Mooney's going to throw more numbers forward, if Niles only going to keep one.
Well,
although that one's doing a pretty good job right there.
Yeah, that one is definitely causing havoc, and she better keep it because the other girl is offsides.
Yeah. That was a good call. Right in front of the Niles bench too.
Yeah, that's when you have to know you're making the right call as a ref, because you're going to hear about it for the rest of the game. While we wait for them to take the free kick, I want to thank again our sponsors, Armstrong Cable, Packard Thomas, Bodine Perry, and Robert Fusco with Allstate Insurance. Thank you guys so much. Back in action. I'm sure each coach wants their team to be able to control the ball a little bit better than they are right now, but oof. Looked like she got kicked right in the leg.
Good combination play right there from Mooney.
Yeah.
Schreiber to McGloin.
McGloin looks like she's got some class to her game and is able to control it in small spaces as well. And she's getting her into the right spot. Very ambitious shot from
Kendall Schreiber.
Yeah.
Checking into the game right now for Mooney. This is why the goal switch happened. His first half goalie, Sophia Debo. So goalie in the first half, field player in the second.
It's nice to have someone that can come out of goal and play the field if you have that option. looks like Niles had some space over there with some numbers up, 4 against 1, 4 against 2 over there. If they could have controlled that, could have been dangerous for them. Das Boot. I feel like that's going to be my catchphrase. I'll get T-shirts made of that. Every time someone just boots the ball, hit and hopes it. I'll keep that in my repertoire.
Oh, we got a little break in the action while Niles getting ready to take this kick. Last time Niles won district was in 2015. They ended up losing to Hoban in the regionals that year. And Mooney, last time they won district, they were a powerhouse back in the day. They won districts in 2018. They also won in 2016, 2014, 2013, 2010, 2008, 2007. So like I said,
1942. Geez, they had a lot of wins back then.
They did. That's why it's so surprising these two teams have not met in the regular season.
That is.
You've been treated to a good game so far, though.
Yeah, 3-2, a lot of action. Nice ball through. It was the right time. Now this might be why they have 4 people behind, because she has a lot of speed.
Sophie Durio getting that ball out of there again.
As the game goes on, we might have to change if player of the game if Mooney ends up pulling this one out. She has been there many times to save her team.
Again, defensively, Mooney, they're still flat. They're allowing Brianna to get that ball at her foot. I would try to deny that ball from hitting her foot. Put someone on her so she can't turn her back.
A little bit of tennis game breaking out here on the middle of the field. Back and forth.
Now it just has so many bodies around the ball right there in the middle of the field. Makes it tough for Mooney to find any sort of space.
Out of bounds throw in for Mooney. Again, you get into these games where there's a lot of action, some goal after goal right away, and then you start to get into a lull.
Nice job tracking back right there from Mooney. That's number 7, Sarah Schaller. She's a senior back there, senior captain.
Nice. And it's the first corner kick for Niles. Let's see how they set this one up.
I know Coach McMillan's always been proud to have his set pieces in line here. Looking forward to seeing what they got.
I'm talking to Coach Verco from the Mooney side. She said her game is if we can just get a lot of pressure up top. That her defense was pretty solid. Oof. Ooh, we got ourselves a first PK.
Failed to see who the foul was on right there for Mooney. They gave number 22 from Niles, Emmy Gardner. Nice little knock in the back right there. Looked like Mooney had that covered there too. Could be some inexperience back there. Reason that penalty comes in. I am surprised that Brianna's not in here to take this PK that would give her a hat trick. Taking it right now is number 17, Shay Zach, also a captain.
Oh, off the post. Out for another corner kick. That could be a huge momentum.
Yeah, that was low into a corner. She just mishit it a little bit. Coach, did you take PKs during your playing days?
Yes, I did, until I didn't. You missed one, and coach is always looking down the stat list to say, all right, that didn't work. Let's go to the next one. You make 3, you make 4. If you don't make 5, well, someone else might have.
Olivia shot with the corner. Good flick on right there.
Gets it across. Guess who? Diorio there again to pressure the ball.
Down.
Seems to be their best defender as we're watching.
I know back in the day, one of my coaches growing up told me when I was taking PKs, never try to think about not wanting to miss the PK, not being nervous about missing. Instead, think about all the teammates, all the fans that wishing that they could be you at that very moment, trying to take that PK. Think about that. How cool it is you get to take that very moment.
Well, the other thing too is that this field, there's not a lot of backdrop.
No.
It looks like the goal's tiny and you could miss it 1,000 different places.
It is very odd how that happens. I know exactly what you're saying, and any striker knows what you're saying as well.
But if you have something back there, you have a net, you have stands, whatever, goal looks just a little bit bigger by comparison.
I think it's the first time Mooney's got the ball past midfield in about 8 minutes or so. It's been sustained pressure from Niles. Again, without having control of the ball, just pressuring them.
And what does that do for Niles? That you are pressuring, you're just not getting it done. It kind of takes the wind out of your sails just a little bit and allows for this counterattack, which is a great ball. Who put that one in? I can't see it. Possibly number 4 or number 11, I couldn't quite see, but that was an amazing ball down the center.
That ball was played to number 3. That's Francesca Cassie.
Please try again.
Cassie. Cassie, there we go.
Jerry's trying to get her 2 cents in here.
Checking in right now for Niles is number 13. That is Elena Irwin. And also number 26. That is Annalise Buxing.
Looks like Niles 8 shots on goal, 3 goal. That's not a bad.
I failed to see who checked in for Mooney there. Sorry, what was the shot count?
8 for Niles and 6 for Mooney. So on a 3-2 score, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
You gotta love the adrenaline boost you get from scoring a goal where you feel like you got there and take on the world and you got there strutting your stuff. Cameraman Chris agrees.
Halfway through the second half here, both teams are probably on edge. Niles knows they probably need another goal to seal it up. And Mooney's going to be pressing the rest of the game to get that tying goal and that winning goal.
Yeah, you definitely want to do something here.
Last year, Niles played 17 games and they did not tie any of them, which is pretty remarkable.
That is.
They had a record of 10-7 last year. Does not happen very often.
Whereas a friend of ours, Bill Spencer, who was the Austintown Fitch girls coach, is probably the state leader in ties. Hope he's listening.
Shout out Bill Spencer.
This is where Niles is dangerous, getting the ball in between those midfielders and those defenders, that gap that's created in Mooney's defense. And she's going to want to go outside, but that's where the pressure's coming from. Smart play. Das Boot.
Tracking that ball down right there for Mooney was number 24. That's freshman Abigail Markey.
Just outside of McGlone's range. Looked like she was going to have a nice turn and pass up top. Referee is communicating to get the right call down. Not a bad ball to bring it down, but kicked out of bounds, reset.
Looked like Niles was just happy right there to put that ball in bounds and try to reset where they're at, find their shape again.
Mooney looks like they're switching up some positions there. This could be dangerous. There's a lot of speed out there. She's got a one-on-one breakaway. Touches onto her
Sophia
preferred
tracking
foot.
her down.
God, just the amount of pressure that she was able to put on, not necessarily winning the ball, but knowing that she was there, put the kibosh on the play.
Good
Nicely
job
done.
by Mooney's goalie as well, but like you said, that just those steps coming down, when you know you have someone chasing down from behind like that, that really puts the pressure on her. Sophia has bailed her team out several times now, defensively.
Heck of a game she's playing right now. That's a nice ball. Whew. And after a couple big runs, look at Bash is a little bit winded.
I've heard someone say one time that's a run you never like to take.
That sprint that you know you're never going to get the ball, but you have to hustle or your coach is going to get mad.
Checking in right now is number 15 for Mooney. That is Ashley Levick. Checking out is number 10, Ella Strickle.
They got control. That would have been a nice ball in. Still connects with a Niles player who gets it out wide, switching fields. This looks like it could be promising. Ball out for throw. Is that Mooney's throw? And as they're throwing it in, we can tell it's getting a little cooler out here. Probably dropped about 10 to 15 degrees.
Starting to feel like a cool fall night, even though I don't want the fall to come yet.
It's definitely sweater weather. Oh, someone must have said something.
Got a player down for Mooney.
Or maybe that.
Or is that Niles? I believe it's Niles.
Niles again. As we have a break again, we'll take a look at Twitter, see if there's any scores coming across of local games. Let's see, Waterloo and Crestwood boys. Crestwood up 1-0 at a scrimmage final. And 1-0 the stat sheet against Dan. So, make that 2-0. Glad she's okay and walking off on her own. It's always nice to have a trainer on site, because coaches sometimes are given that role. And there's enough on their plate as it is in a game day. And have someone who's trained in that field is really nice to have. So Mooney, definitely shout out to you for having a trainer here for the game tonight. Play starts back up.
Very good outlet pass right there from Niles. Good patient play building up right here. If I was Mooney, I would try to attack any part of the defense except for the right side where Sophie is at.
Absolutely. And
Although it's proven it doesn't matter which side you attack. She comes from anywhere to get that ball out.
Yeah, but like you say, you have a better chance on the other side. But look at Niles right now. They've got 4 people back near midfield for just 1 attacker.
Looks like Mooney has moved McGloin back up top.
Yeah. Maybe they're giving her a break, although now she's sprinting that run no one wants.
I am surprised Mooney has not moved somebody else up yet, but it's a little bit of time.
And handball on Niles. Mooney looks to be making their way.
It's a free kick from a very interesting spot here. Is she going to put it towards the goal, make the goalie come out and make a decision, or is she going to put it back post to try to get a swinger coming in on it?
And I've heard of a goalie being on the line, but she is definitely on the line. The goal line, that is.
That's a good run down the field right there from Mooney. You can tell they're starting to push now a little bit to get that tying goal. See if Mooney pushes up some more players here.
Ooh, no, but she's up.
Mm.
So far, referees have been on top of just about everything. I'd have to say in the last couple years of games I've gone to, you've heard a lot more yelling from the stands and coaches trying to ref, but today, no, everyone's been kind of quiet and okay with what they've been saying.
They haven't been asked to do a whole lot out there, the referees, but what they have been asked to do, they've done a good job.
Mm-hmm. Which is nice to have quality referees in our area, and we definitely have a lot of those.
Checking in for Mooney right now is 25, the first goal scorer, Olivia Shaw. And someone else did. I apologize and did not see her number.
Seeing the numbers is a difficult thing. We need some binoculars. We're not even that far away.
Mooney's trying to find that combination play, but there's a lot of numbers Niles has just clogging up that middle. They have to work the ball wide to spread some of that out right there.
Now, I was hoping this would happen in a game, and this is the first time where the ball hits the referee, and it's an uncontested drop kick for the team that had possession. Now, if it was me and the referee kept going up the field, I'd still keep trying to just kick him with the ball and slowly go up the field, which, not a huge fan of the rule, but I guess what else are you going to do?
Now it looks like number 2 for Mooney. That is Elizaleh. She is wide open in the middle of the field. They can find a way to get her the ball.
But they prefer McGloin, and she has it, and she wins it. Nice, powerful play there. And Das Boot comes into play. Now that's one of those times where I think that's the appropriate play. It's
Yes.
just to kick it out. You're there. It's kind of mashed up in the middle there, and you just want to reset.
I believe that was 25, Olivia Shaw from Niles clearing that ball out. Ball girl over on the side's getting a workout, chasing that ball down.
Absolutely. Ooh. Couldn't have worked out better for her. I'm sure that's not what she tried to do, though.
Checking in for Niles right now is number 4. That is Callie Rogers. Coach McMillan puts Brianna Bash back up top there.
Looks like the crowd's trying to get their teams riled up for the final 10 minutes of this game. Mooney's definitely pressing right now.
Definitely has a pretty decent crowd here tonight too.
Absolutely. Dangerous ball in a dangerous area. What can they do with it?
Niles doing a good job of just treading water, bending but not breaking back there. Can they spring Brianna free? And they do.
Ooh, this is tough. Goalie's cutting down the angle as far as she can from here. But she got chipped. Nicely done.
Gets her hat trick right there. Brianna Bash opens her season this year up with a hat trick against Mooney. I'm sure she's happy about that. That's a heartbreak right there for Mooney, who had the ball, sustained pressure in Niles' half for literally 7 minutes. Niles gets the ball clear one time. They put the ball in the back of the net. That is a heartbreaker for them.
And it is clear that Niles' game plan going into this was the counter-attack and to just kind of play it up. And
yeah. They have stuck true to that game plan, and it is working out very well for them.
Number 6, Brianna Bash.
that's a tough one for a goalie because you can't come out any farther. You don't want to, get beat out there where you're powerless, and you don't want to stay on your line. And you've already committed to being on the 18, so not much she could do there. And a great ball by Niles to get it up and in. That just kind of worked out perfectly for him.
You could tell. I feel like everyone knew where that ball was going to go as soon as Niles had that ball. Found a lane, found a lane, and found her going forward.
But again, 2-goal lead is a dangerous lead in soccer, and if you could get one more just to kind of make it happen.
The left side of the defense again for Niles. Wide, they're finding space back there. I feel like that's been something we've been talking about a lot this game. Coach McMillan seems to be saying the same thing.
Yeah, and everyone in the Tri-County area heard him. But I will tell you this, I'd like to see him, coaches with some passion, coaches that can yell a little bit, and players that can take that as constructive criticism and not shut down that, hey, my coach is yelling at me.
Now he wants what's best for his players.
Oh, absolutely.
Checking in for Niles right now is number 15. That is Natalia Tate. Looks like she's going in to play right back. We were just talking about that.
There seems to be a lot of space. Everyone's hawking in on that side, and if you can get one across, that seems to be the best chance Mooney will have.
Right. Emma Merlo, who's playing over there, she's a freshman. I'm sure they're going to give her some instruction there.
I always thought when I was playing that if the head coach had to talk to me, I knew I was in trouble, but if assistant coach talks to me, it's more productive.
Right.
Because head coach is big ticket items, not necessarily the small minutia of the game.
That's a good job right there from Niles' defense. That was number 17, their captain, Shay Zach.
I see players do that, as Mooney's number 15 did that. My daughter does that from time to time when she plays, is leans in with the shoulder and the elbow to try to create a little bit of contact, but not really going for the ball. I feel like that's a very youth-style play. Ooh,
errant foot right there, catching Niles' player.
Cleated, and then the shot. And
I think we talked about this earlier, but there's been a lot of underclassmen in this game, a lot of freshmen. I'm pretty impressed with all of them. They have not been a weak point out there at all. That's a good sign for both programs that they're playing freshmen. The freshmen are contributing. Good thing for their future.
Go a little bit of a vulnerable back. Mooney's tough to get back. They've got numbers up though. They got 5 in their midfield outside of their defensive third. If they can get it up, they might be able to take advantage of that. Looks like Coach McMillan's definitely sending a signal by keeping 6 people back, which I agree with absolutely. You know, you don't need any more goals. You just got to stop them from scoring.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, a wise man once told me, if the other team never scores, you'll never lose a game.
That man did not tell a lie right there. Checking in right now is number 22 for Niles. That is Emmy Gardner, and number 6 for Mooney. That is Talisha Huff. I do think that Mooney's lack of depth out there is starting to take effect out there. I see a lot of players with their hands on their hips, bending over, trying to suck down wind. It is such an advantage having the depth that Niles has and the subs that they have.
Some more subs coming in for Mooney. Quickly, too. Now, thank God they don't have coaching boxes right now. But I do like the setup they have here, because you definitely want to be, as a coaching staff, have your bench on the opposite side of the parents.
Yeah, the more you can take their input away from your players' ear, the better off everyone is.
Well, that's a smart play. Well done by the defender over there from Niles, whose number I cannot see.
I believe that's number 11. I don't think that is, actually.
We're testing your eyes here.
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes left to go, down 2 goals. Mooney has to throw the kitchen sink a little bit here at the attack. The only problem with that is you take numbers out of the back, you leave Bash the space with speed to put another one away. But I guess
at this point in time, it doesn't matter whether you lose by less. You got to go for it.
Absolutely. But I do know that there are coaches in the past that I've talked to that would rather lose by less than win.
Yeah.
Because it looks better on the stat line the next day. I was going to say, there's no way she gets between those 4, but she held on to that possession.
I will say that was number 11 back there on defense for Mooney.
All right, good eyes.
That's Ceci Shesko.
Number 7 coming in.
That is freshman Emma Merlo.
It's a great ball in. That's a great shot. Just wide.
If Brianna's not putting the ball in the back of the net, she's creating offense for her team, for someone else to do it. That's great work from her in there.
Absolutely making a great case for player of the game tonight. Mooney's going to need something soon because they're running out of time.
Looks like Mooney has thrown more numbers forward here.
Yeah, absolutely, but looks like they're gassed. Couple on this side, winded and walking.
Battle on the ball right there between number 4 from Niles. That's Callie Rogers and Kendall Schreiber from Mooney. I'd like to see what Niles does with this. They're going to just try to boot it to the corner. They're going to try to put another one on net. There's your answer.
But it gets through. Is that Diorio over there?
It's funny enough, this is the most possession Niles had the whole entire game.
Mm-hmm. Besides maybe a run or two by Bash.
Bash is over there running everything down, giving her body up for that. Took a knock right there in the play. Brianna's being helped off the field right now. She's given a lot of herself to this game.
She has.
Blood, sweat, and tears, I'd imagine, the whole shebang. Just to kind of recap, we talked about this. This is a case in point where Niles came into this game with the game plan. Like we said, they were sitting back, baiting Mooney into making mistakes, and they did exactly that. They took advantage of the mistakes that Mooney made, and they found, when Mooney's defense was flat, they found Brianna over the top, and they punished them for those mistakes. They did a very good job of sticking to the game plan, not giving up too much.
Absolutely. Give credit to Coach McMillan and his staff, but also give credit to Mooney and their staff, because halfway through the first half, the adjustments were made, and they were putting pressure up. They got a goal and a quick answer in the second half. So a little bit of cat and mouse game of adjusting to what you see on the fly, and both experienced coaches that did a nice job tonight.
McGloin going forward here.
Ooh, if that would have got through, she could have had it. Still has possession, getting up, using speed. Ooh.
Again, Niles' defense, the only thing they did, they went in there and slowed her down just enough for people to get back and make her take a bad touch on the ball.
Ooh, that's a foul, absolutely.
Coach McMillan's telling their goalie, next time you get the ball like that, hold on to the ball. Let your team get upfield.
Yep. Put it down on your foot and then give it the kick.
Get these first couple game jitters out of the way. You want to make these mistakes now, not when they start mattering as the season goes on.
Absolutely. And talking to Coach McMillan before the game, he said he wants to peak at the right time, and he knows that the first game of the year is not when they want to peak.
5, 4,
But as they're winding down,
3, 2, 1.
Niles starts off the season 1-0 while Mooney falls to 0-1. Well done by both teams, and I think we know who the player of the game is.
Yep.
For all of us here at Steel Valley Soccer, we want to thank you and our sponsors for showing up.